Two drunk assholes talking about whatever comes to mind. We present Filler with Jack Fike and Rob Harper. Filler is Jack and my insane rambling. In this filler, we discuss casting choices, and that quickly devolves into a DC rant. Again. Please do note that we are extremely drunk during these recordings, so if we do sound like unintelligent fools, just forgive us.
Idris Elba's great. There's no doubt.
Wasted on him, though, just so they can say I have a black character in there. Oh, that makes me sick.
There could be, I don't know. There's enough characters. He could be Black Lightning, Black Life.
Well, he can't be Black Adam because
that's The Rock.
The Rock's gonna be Black Adam, but
which makes no sense. That's another weird casting. Black Adam's from like Kurak. That's where he's from. So he's from Middle East. The Rock is not Middle Eastern.
But he looks more Middle Eastern than, say...
yeah, but he's not. He's from Hawaii. It doesn't matter if he looks Middle Eastern. He's not.
Now you're getting into the specifics of, like, whining bitches, where they go, well, he looks swarthy, but he's...
Yeah, that's my point. He's
like, from Pakistan,
and Black Adam isn't
Arab.
And Black Adam isn't muscular like that. It's bad casting. He should have been...
Muscular?
Not like that. He's bigger. He's not huge. He's not bigger than Superman.
Well...
He would have been a perfect Lobo. That's my thing. He would have been perfect Lobo. He's a great build for Lobo. He just it was a weird
Present
choice.
day Lobo? No, that's
I don't
Johnny
know.
Depp.
Yeah, that's the weird new Lobo. But
anyways,
I don't understand. Black Adam isn't The Rock.
No, and
he is Lobo.
No, I if you were to pin me down for a Lobo's
big.
Yeah, but
and he's alien, so it doesn't matter.
Namor would have been a perfect Lobo.
Momoa. He's similar look. I think they're both Hawaiian of some descent, or like not Hawaiian,
Samoan, or
like what do they call that? Pacific Rim.
Yeah,
what do they? I forget what they call that. Yeah, Islander. Yeah,
Pacific Islanders.
Anyways, yeah, they. Momoa is not. That's the weirdest casting. He is Namor. He's not. He's not.
Even, if you had to make him a fish man, he's Namor. But even as a Namor, he's not that great.
He's too big. He's too big as either.
He's too big and too swarthy. Namor looked pretty Teutonic, but with a dark hair. Like he was an Aryan dream, except for his hair is too dark. Like you didn't look at that's
pointy,
black hair.
Pointy ears. Yeah. He's elf like, but the Aquaman is. He's like half Irish, half Atlantean.
Yeah, he's by his nature was supposed to be lily white,
and he has like strawberry blonde hair.
In a group of pretty lily white people, he was supposed to be like, because Batman's supposed to be of like a Gotham's supposed to be waspy, but also like on a dirty end of waspy. Like they weren't like, oh, hey, lovey. Like no one there was a.
Well, yeah, he was New World. He was definitely American,
but he had he had some like there was a darker past to him. Like they weren't, and like Superman, he's an alien. You can't really throw him into the mix. Wonder Woman's supposed to be Greek or Roman or
Greek,
whichever incarnation that you want to go with.
Well, they're the same. The gods, Greek and Roman gods, are the same.
But and then you get some other ones. There's
Green Lantern.
I can see
some white dude.
He's a white dude, but like you can't all not be white dudes.
Except for Jon Stewart.
That's true.
The best Green Lantern.
Who apparently is doing a Hal Jordan turning evil. I just was reading.
Oh, in the comic books?
Yeah. They're making that mistake again.
Yeah, that was a cure to. They had to retcon the whole line to fix that.
Now I've just watched a couple-minute clip about how he's being affected by it, and he's becoming. He used to be a sniper in the military, and now he's becoming a killer again, and he's killing, and it's getting out of hand. So don't quote me on any of that, but they're making that mistake again. Thanks, New 52.
Thanks, Image. I mean, New 52.
The only good, like, Jon Stewart is probably my second favorite Green Lantern.
Guy Gardner first?
You know it.
Because he gets punched in the face by Batman?
No, not Guy Gardner. But I am if you had to pin me down, Jordan.
Hal Jordan, well, obviously not Kyle Rayner. Nobody likes Kyle Rayner.
But when I was reading comic books, when I was doing Justice League International, it was Guy Gardner.
Yeah.
And that was funny.
Guy Gardner's a joke
because he was a douche.
Yeah,
he was like Captain Boomerang.
Yes, he was their Captain Boomerang for sure.
To the Lanterns, but I digress. Justice League's pretty lily white, but not completely lily white. They're white, but they're And there's some African Americans, there's some Native Americans, but for the most
obviously
part,
the cartoon fixed it. Like they had women and African Americans,
but Aquaman was supposed to be the white guy.
Yeah,
he was the token white.
Yeah, he really was the white guy. Yeah,
he was the token white. Where you look up
blonde,
just pale,
fishy,
smelt of trout.
Terrible casting.
And they went,
like Brad Pitt would be a good Aquaman, or
maybe 10, 20 years ago.
He's a little older now. But.
Oh, if you wanted to pin me down to a good Aquaman,
Chris Evans. I don't know that many new actors. I'm pretty
because he doesn't have to be young, but he has to look good in a Skarsgård.
He's a little skinny
and tall, but Aquaman being broad doesn't make sense anyways. I think a skinnier.
Yeah, he's more like eel-like.
Yeah, a swimmer's body.
A swimmer's body. Yeah,
he's tall. He would tower over a lot of people.
Actually, what's his name? If you blonded, I don't know if he'd look good blonde, but the fuck's his name?
Jet Li.
Jet Li. Yeah. No, he was in Sin City, but he was only a small part in Sin City.
Jeremy Irons.
Yeah. 40 Days a Night. What's his? Josh
Hartnett.
I don't know if he'd look good blonde, but he's that kind of body where he's very tall, but he's got more of a swimmer's body.
Right off the hop, I can't picture it, but better than just Momoa.
I don't know if he'd look good blonde though. He might look a little weird blonde. He's dark.
But New 52.
He'd actually be a good Namor.
Oh my god!
Comes back around.
Hey, it's a sea elf. Everyone can be a sea elf, I guess.
The casting is so odd.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, all their casting's odd. Nothing makes sense. The
only thing that makes sense
what's Black Adam going to be in? What did they cast him for?
I don't know.
Shazam?
The only casting that makes sense is the one that got the most shock and like just people
Affleck
spitting, vitriol. And
I know it's strange. Affleck's probably the best casting,
and he's the one that I went and went. Well, look, he's perfect, Obbs.
Yeah.
So let's. Who else? And people are like going crazy. And I'm like,
I know.
No,
it's because they got rid of all their venom before they realized the real trouble.
Maybe they're like,
oh, this is terrible, and then by the end,
why did I waste time critiquing Affleck as
that's
Bruce
like the
Wayne
best
and Batman?
of them all. Sadly,
when all of a sudden they're parading out the trash that is. Yeah, I guess that's the point. But his casting's perfect. I don't think Superman. What's his name?
Cavill.
Cavill. I don't think Cavill. I don't think he can act.
I
should say it. I apologize. Rewind that. Man of Steel didn't give him the opportunity to act.
Yeah, I don't think he got the opportunity because I think he's been in other things and he's been really good.
He was very,
But same with what's his name? The guy who played Zod. He's like a really good actor, and he was terrible in it.
I think he played a good Zod, though.
I didn't think so at all. I thought he was terrible. There was no redeeming quality about any of those people.
The writing...
The writing was terrible.
The writing was awful. His motivations as a character were terrible. He was... The whole thing was terrible. Start to finish, that was a terrible movie. From the microscopic, from the most micro... To the biggest, you look at it in a broad picture, it was terrible. Microscopic
every little bit was terrible, and
every
the large
pixel, every frame, everything was terrible with that movie. God knows if I say about a movie, the best actor was Kevin Costner, and I liked that.
I know, that's what I was like.
That's when you take a 45, you put it in your mouth, and you give yourself a flip top head because that is saying something.
And Rachel Adams was terrible.
The Lois Lane character was badly written, stupid. Nothing made any sense. Yeah. Nothing. No motivations made sense.
A lot of coincidence going on.
Just a terrible movie. One from start to finish.
Well, we know that.
We discussed that.
But
so as a what have we learned from this filler? What have all this talking we've done? What?
Really, we've learned that DC can't cast, and Marvel is God. And X-Men.
I hate to be that partisan guy. I really do. I wish there was something DC made that I liked.
Well, there is. It's called Arrow.
God knows that's the only thing.
Arrow and Flash. Yeah. In Flash, we've only seen the first episode.
So that's what we've learned. Watch Arrow and Flash.
And hopefully Gotham's good. Constantine, it could be good. It could, it was fine. Like, people flip out that Constantine, he's not smoking. It's like, you can't, like, that's not a major issue with the character. It's like, I know it's a major part of his character, but you can't have people smoking on television. That's just the way it is. Sorry,
I don't agree with it.
Yeah, that's the world we live in, though.
Yeah, but that's rules that I don't set.
Yeah, it's a rule. So you can't complain that they didn't do it right. That's a rule. They can't change rules.
And follow me with this: if you show a villain murder someone, and that's acceptable to show on television,
villains are allowed to smoke. Heroes can't smoke. That's a crazy bit too.
And you go, okay, that's because he's a villain. You show someone else, just a passerby smoking a cigarette, and you go, my delicate senses.
Yeah.
Like I've just watched Hannibal Lecter wear someone's face.
Only bad people can do bad things.
But
that's what
But I can't watch like some guy.
We've discussed this before. Nobody becomes a smoker because they saw someone smoking on television. You become a smoker because some friend of yours smoked and you get peer pressured into it. Yeah, that's why people smoke.
Your mom leaves a pack out. You take one and try it.
The reason that Jack and I haven't smoked, and none of our friends really smoked, none of us smoked in high school. None of us smoked.
No.
So that's why none of us smoked. If one person was like, "Hey, try this," and it's the same reason we didn't even do drugs and things. It's the same reason we're all alcoholics. We drank in high school.
That's true. But also, I knew guys who did drugs.
Yeah.
Did drugs. That's the coolest thing I've ever said. Now I know.
You're very square.
I knew the people that do the drugs, and I said no to grass. I passed on grass. I think the difference is in Canada, even at that time, it was, okay, you don't do it, but you know what? You want to smoke some pot.
Who cares?
America's coming around to that.
Yeah.
For us, it was like, you could smoke pot or not. And it wasn't, the cool kids are doing it because it's a rebellion thing. It was like, okay, I enjoy it, I'm going to smoke it. I think we were progressive in that regard. And me, personally, my lungs are delicate and virginal. I'll smoke cigars. I smoke cigars, every once in a while. I'll have a cigar here, a cigar there, maybe 3 or 4 a year, maybe sometimes more. Probably sometimes more, maybe more.
Okay, it's every day.
Yeah, but that's not every day. But my young virginal lungs just can't handle it, so it wasn't for me. But my stomach loves a good beer.
Yeah, and I love rum. Yep.
So I chose. I made my choice.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. We chose alcohol over cigarettes and drugs.
But at no point did I look on television and go,
yeah, it was never. It was about. It's peer pressure.
That guy's my hero, and he's smoking.
Even peer pressure, like James smoked around us, but but none of our friends smoked. I think that's the key.
Long and short of it doesn't matter who smokes or not.
But in the end, just because Constantine doesn't smoke, you can't say it's a bad thing. As long as you get the essence, I think, and it does seem to have the essence. So.
I haven't seen it.
We have to. Gotham is still up in the air for us. We're not sure how that's going to turn out.
Well, I'm pretty sure how it's going to turn out.
I am too, but I hope. Even then, I don't need another show to watch. Really, I don't need to have Gotham be good.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Arrow, and now Flash. I'll make sure to stream those. My work schedule doesn't allow me to watch them live. I used to watch them live and sit through the commercials so I could support. My work schedule does not allow that anymore. What can I tell you? What we've learned today is watch Arrow, watch Flash, and
Agents of
S.H.I.E.L.D., and just for the love of God,
and Constantine. There's nothing wrong with Constantine.
WB, your movies are terrible, and get them get sorted out because Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is going to be out, and you're going to still be
I think they've almost fallen too far behind.
And you're going to be like, oh my god, we got to get.
They're worrying too much.
How do we get Nightwing to appear? Because he's Robin. It'll confuse people why Robin's now Nightwing. No, shut up.
What were you telling me that they weren't going to do something? Oh, they won't have Supergirl.
They're going to do a Titans, not Teen Titans, a Titans show, live action. They've cast Nightwing. They've cast I forget who.
But they're not having Superboy or Wonder Girl.
Wonder Girl, and the thought process is in the ether that because it'll be coming out the same time as the movies
Batman versus Superman.
Yeah, Superman will be out there and Wonder Woman. They don't want people to think that Wonder Girl is not the sister of or cousin of, is Wonder Woman as a child or a different version.
They don't understand that people have been reading these things forever, at little children, and can understand the difference. They really underestimate. Right or wrong, they underestimate the American public to be able to discern what they're watching.
Teen Titans, I have hundreds of those. I read Teen Titans almost as much as I read... because the Avengers had West Coast Avengers and Avengers.
Anyways, you read them a lot.
I read them a lot. They're off the wall. The Trigon stories, the Raven stuff. Because Raven's going to be is already going to be in it.
That's fine.
It's a...
They're not going to have, what's her name, I'm sure.
Starfire?
Yeah, Starfire.
Again, this is just in the works. It hasn't been... It's been talked. It's not been picked up. But would I like to see it? Yes. Do I think it's going to be good?
No.
No.
Well, who knows?
Oh, I know. Track record.
TV shows track record's good.
Okay, if it's going to be on the WB, then maybe.
I don't
or
think
on
it is.
CW.
It's not, is it? Is it?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Anyways,
CW.
and Supergirl show. Why can't they have Super... Well, I guess there's no Superwoman.
Have you been drinking? Walking?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes
and yes.
I guess they can't... Since they're different sexes, they won't confuse Supergirl with Superman.
Maybe. I just hope that Supergirl... There was some shorts that had Superman and Supergirl in them. Not shorts. There were animated movies.
I'd like to see Supergirl in her shorts.
Supergirl, not the original movie. That was a disaster.
Oh, with Lori
Petty as
No.
Tank Girl.
That was a good movie. Lori Singer.
She was easy in the eyes, but there was such a terrible.
Yeah,
movie.
I heard it was just. It had nothing to do with Supergirl.
I've watched recaps.
She was in
of it
love
now.
with somebody, and it was just,
and someone else.
It was
yeah.
so like condescending to girls.
But where was I going with that? Supergirl. Oh, there was an animated one where
Yeah, you said shorts or something.
And they fought Darkseid Superman and Supergirl.
Oh, it's based on the Batman Superman comic. Yeah,
and they fought, and it was so well done. It addressed who she was, why she was different than Superman.
I think Grant Morrison wrote that.
Why? No, I don't think so.
The comic he wrote.
Oh, maybe.
I think he did.
Okay, well, it was well done, and if they can capture that flavor, then it would be good. But as long as it's not,
well, you brought up the best thing. We were talking about something else.
I always do.
And The Question. How good a TV show would The Question be? It'd be so easy.
I'm seeing X-Files mixed in with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
With just a mask. He or she is a person in a mask with a fedora
and you hint he can talk to people. He can
and
call.
if it's the new, well, before the new 52, but if it's Montoya, who used to be Batman, she was a cop and she became the new Question. She was a lesbian too. You're hitting all the buttons there.
You love that. That's your thing where you're foisting in.
It's not foisting in. It's
trying to get demographics.
That's right. That's how the world works.
I like the original Question.
Yeah,
he was crazy and
yeah, it was all about conspiracy theory,
but he was a good guy, and the conspiracy theories didn't always pan out, but he was always right enough, and it was a very interesting take. Now,
what about the Spectre?
What I liked about, if you watch the Watchmen movie, Rorschach,
yeah,
who is a copy
yeah,
of
he's
The Question.
Originally from the thing. All the Watchmen were based on characters, and The Question was who Rorschach was.
And Rorschach, now, filleting The Watchmen as a comic book,
it's
been
it's
done.
like saying it's like saying water is wet.
Yeah, I sank in it. It was blue.
Yeah.
But Rorschach
was that Dr. Manhattan's penis?
Yes, I sank in Dr. Manhattan's penis, and it was blue. Rorschach, everything he said was wrong.
He was never right.
If you watch that movie, everything he said was wrong, and it was an interesting way. If you're going to adapt a timeless character like The Question, you can't do that in the show because people would be like, "Okay, we're watching a dumb dipshit walk around."
Yeah, he's not right.
Being wrong every week. But I like the X-Files ish. Like, is Mulder right? Well, is The Question right?
Yeah, or is he just insane?
That was such a fine line, and he got. One comic book, it was in the Justice League show. He got his ass handed to him by a superpower because he's got no superpower.
Yeah, he's just a dude.
He got beat up so bad, and I think it was a woman, maybe even Captain Marvel. What was her name? Some woman shows up, and they had kind of a love interest thing. Maybe it was Mockingbird or Canary or one of those.
Yeah, I think it was
Mockingbird's Marvel, so it can't be.
Black Canary.
Canary.
I think it might have been Black Canary or Huntress.
It could have been a Huntress, whatever. She shows up and she's like, "Oh, you're beat up, whatever." And he's like, she goes, "It would be even more comfortable if you take your mask off." And he's like, "Oh no, no one knows me." And she goes, "I know you." And he goes, "Well, it blows my whole thing." It was very touching. Eventually, he breaks down. He lets her, and she takes the mask off, and his face is beat to shit.
Yeah,
and it showed that what he went toe to toe with. I forget who it was.
Some tough super villain,
and they rocked his world. And he he was on the trail of something, and she's like, was it worth it? And he goes, it is. And she gets convinced by him to then take up again. And they start going at, it's such a good character because he's not superpowered in a world of superpowers, which I've seen is done. Like, Batman does it a bit.
But he's different. So Batman does have a superpower. It's called being rich.
Yeah, this guy has
rich and inventive. And,
he's not super trained like Arrow.
And he's just some dude. I think he's a reporter or something. Or is he? Yeah,
he's an investigative reporter or something. Yeah. But such a good character. And if he was on the trail of stuff, you're like, is it right? Is it wrong? And you give him a Scully kind of sidekick that could be a superhero, could not be, could be the Huntress or whatever.
Yeah, whoever it was.
Which is why I brought up that point. Like, she's like, dude, what you just got yourself rocked for what? And he's like, for some crazy thing? Like, look, I
got to tell the truth.
I saw your billboard. You got strings attached to here, to there, to this person, this person. He's like, and he just brought her along with it.
Yeah, dragged her into it.
Something like that. It's
it writes itself. But so they're wasting like effort in trying to make a Supergirl movie. Why?
Yeah, unless they're trying to build a full universe. I don't know.
But Supergirl, like, who cares?
Again, what have we learned of this whole filler episode?
DC especially has so many characters. Oh, I think DC has more characters to use than Marvel. Frankly, they have so much depth.
I'd hate to try and compare the two, but
Marvel has people who can actually carry a story is a lot less than DC. I think DC's got like a lot more people, like Booster Gold. Imagine a Booster Gold show.
Blue Beetle Booster Gold team up.
Hilarious.
I'll watch that all day long, all day strong.
Great comics.
In my youth, when I was reading Miracle Man and the Justice League International,
Miracle Man, the whole New Gods thing. They got all that too.
All that stuff like that. Booster Gold and Blue Beetle were
Justice League International. That's the best
because they were. Both of them were wealthy. Both of them had superpowers, and both of them went
Booster Gold's from the future,
and he came back with future technology and made himself pretended he was an inventor, and both of them were.
And I love
living life.
I love in the cartoon his little robot who talks to him.
The little floaty thing,
it was great.
Imagine that show.
Yeah, that was.
And as we're recording this, I haven't seen any news to say it's coming up. But if I was at Warner Brothers, I'd be like, stop the presses on a lot of this nonsense. Stop this. All those movies you said you lined up because Marvel did it and said Marvel said we're going to do this, and this timeline, and you went, okay, we're going to do a
counter-programmed it.
We're going to do a Shazam at this time, and we're going to do a
Justice League Dark.
Remember that the Indian guy who could grow. We're going to do that then. Stop. Cancel all that. Say we retake that. We're not going to do that. That was some idiot. He ate paint chips as a kid.
Don't listen to him.
We wrapped him up in a blanket and threw him in a river. What we're going to do is Booster Gold, Blue Beetle. It's going to be started in
comedy
the Arrow universe. It's going to be Brendan Ralph.
Or you don't even have to, but
hey, if I'm writing this thing, that's the way I'm doing it.
Yeah, you want all the worlds to match. Like, I don't even care about that as much. Just make good stories.
Well, and
don't make them all brooding.
Okay, that's a whole other thing. Each character should have their own start as a proto-person, as a proto-hero. Their own start should be original and move on to the ups and downs that make them the person they are.
Each character should have its own mood, too.
Every person's proto-start can't be, I was tragically harmed. Their ups and downs shouldn't be, I brooded my way through all of my adventures.
Like some character, like Green Arrow was a copy of Batman. Like, Batman was successful, so they made Green Arrow a rich guy. He just had a slightly different theme. So I understand he's similar. But Flash isn't similar to that. Superman's not similar to that. They have their own themes.
But in the new Warner Brothers movieverse,
matches.
Superman is a scowling...
Which is fine. That's super... I was going to say Batman. But that's Batman. But not Superman.
And again,
Superman's about hope and justice and being the best American or...
person. The best in the world.
He's supposed to show the best of what every person should strive to be. Yeah.
He's a non-human that
shows what humanity should be.
What as a human you should strive to be, no matter what your background, what your...
Don't be a mopey bitch.
Yeah, and that's not what we get.
And save your goddamn father, because you could have just flown in there and come back before anybody would have fucking noticed.
And I told you not to. Well, guess what? I'm a grown friggin' man, and I'll do what I want, and I did what was right. Well, most people know you're going to be super.
And then later he just Pa Kent puts a shotgun in his mouth. In truth, he was just trying to commit suicide.
I've wanted to die for years. Look at your mother. She's grown old. Look at those tits. Underneath that blouse of hers.
More mournful tits.
It's like 2 suicide notes strapped to her chest.
And he's like, and I got a freak for a son. And you're supposed to let me die. That tornado was going to kill me.
And I would have gone out a hero.
Now I just got to blow my own fucking brains out.
And it brings us right back around that he thinks that he's the best actor in the whole movie, and that's cause enough to execute your own self, because those words should never be. When Kevin Costner emotes the best, is the most poignant scene, even in a character so badly written.
Yeah, he's a terrible character.
A badly written character that is so far and away probably one of the worst characters I've seen in a
out of character. Yeah, makes no sense.
So badly written, comically badly written.
Well, they did it so that Jor-El could be the good father. It's like, no, that's not the point. They're supposed to both be the good father. That's the point. Yeah. One sacrificed everything for his son, and the other one raised him.
Yeah, it treated him like a son when
it's almost like it's an anti-adoption. That movie is anti-adoption. It's like, well, your adoptive parents are going to be an asshole. Go back to your original parents because they know what the truth is.
Yeah, no matter who raised you, they're not your real parents.
Exactly, that's what that movie is.
Oh, Jesus.
Anti-adoption.
But also, from the parents' point of view, yeah, you never know what you're going to get. You can get some freak of nature if you adopt a kid.
He's going to be some mopey bitch who won't save me when there's a tornado about to hit.
It's best to get some doctor to pump a bunch of semen and eggs into your woman.
Yeah, don't adopt, yeah.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do is take a kid that has no future.
He's damaged.
And give him, because he's damaged.
Yeah.
Some
and even if you do get an adopted kid, make sure he hides his true self.
Yeah. Oh God.
Don't be yourself.
God forbid the kid come out
conform
to people. Like if he's gay.
Oh God, no.
You adopted a faggot? Come on, no.
Yeah. Please, you might as well just have him hide in the closet the whole time.
Oh, heaven forbid! No, it would be best if he just languished in an orphanage and then been thrown on the streets at 18.
Actually, I'd rather die by a tornado than have a gay son.
Oh, well,
that's what that movie's telling me.
It's
true. That movie is terrible.
It's
the themes are terrible. Like you said, every layer in that movie is terrible. Needless to say, why does it always come back to we hate
Remember
DC?
When we were in our...
The problem is we don't hate DC. We love DC as a kid.
Yeah, we
love I love the characters.
That's what makes it hurt. So
yeah, that's what it is. It's like you're being abused by someone you love.
Seeing the characters you loved treated properly is such a reward that it makes you emotional.
Yeah.
Seeing the opposite end of the spectrum is seeing the people treat the characters you loved so poorly with disdain that it hurts. It hurts.
Yeah, it's hurtful.
You feel empathy towards the character. It's a non-issue. Like it doesn't affect my day one way or the other. But
deep down inside,
there's a bit of a childhood raping going on.
Yeah.
A Michael Baying, if you will.
Well, there you have it. And in the future, we do promise to try to keep the DC ranting down. But we always break our promises. We're sorry.
Hey, Jack.
Hey, Rob.
Funny meeting you here.
In the studio, in front of the mic. It's uncanny.
It's not a regular occurrence anymore. Ever since Studio H got shut down for, things.
Violations. Health code violations. You know how it is.
Ever since that happened, it's not been as regular.
Speaking of regular... You regularly update your Twitter account.
I call it our Twitter account because it's Vinland OTR.
And what does that stand for, Rob?
Vinland Old Time Radio. That's this little podcast we do. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Have not.
That's funny because you record it. Oh, I didn't tell you were recording?
No, this is just me being me. Anyways, so if someone would want to follow your Twitter account.
Our Twitter account.
How would they do that?
At Vinland OTR.
Fantastic. And people who don't want to follow our Twitter account, who are on Twitter, you make baby Jesus cry. Live with that.
At Vinland OTR. 2 N's in Vinland. It's not Vineland, it's Vinland. If you can't spell, we don't want you.